Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to my shop. If you've seen my Make a Small Shop Work video, welcome back, and these are the improvements I did in 2023 and also some things I want to update you on my channel. I also want to say welcome to police officers, both active and retired out there, because I really appreciate your viewership. And as a 30-year veteran of a police force, my heart just goes out to police officers around the world, and particularly in the United States and Canada right now. A lot of difficult stuff going on. And just know that this channel has your back. And also anybody that's involved in emergency service work and military people as well. Just, come on board. And woodworking is a really good way to kind of clear your mind. And that's one of the reasons I enjoy it so much. In 2023, I didn't have a lot of income. I spent a lot of time working out at my resort. We purchased an old resort on Lake Superior, and we've been busy doing improvements out there. So we've been spending money, not making money. But I did buy a few things that will really help with that project out there at the resort. And by the way, check out my Resorts Restored video series, and I'll put a link here for that. But like anybody that starts with cordless tools, you tend to stick with what you already have because you already have the batteries. And I like the DeWalt stuff. I run the DeWalt equipment a lot on the job site. It's bulletproof. It really lasts a long time. This year I bought a cordless grinder. And one of my favorite things that I haven't really used too much is a cordless planer. I really think that's a great thing. It'll take a Festool vac hose on the side, a leaf blower that I use to clean my shop, and also even did the driveway. We had a little bit of snow this morning. Just so happens that a friend of mine is an antique collector, an antique tool collector. And I bought a Stanley 5.5 this year, a spoke shave, and an old vise. And it's not a Irwin record, but it's a decent looking vise, and I'm going to use that for doing some work in the shop. I did buy a Rotex RO150 sander from Festool. It is a beast of a sander, and if you want to check out the review I did, I'll put a link here. But I bought this specifically for an open riser staircase that I built this spring, and it was just a really complicated job, and check out the video on that. But this sander here, without repeating myself from the review, just an excellent thing for a small shop. I did consider a thickness sander, but this does everything you need to do. And not only can it remove a lot of material on Rotex mode, it can also do some really nice finesse work. This little pad here from Festool works great just to use up your old 6-inch sandpaper. I also bought a new MIDI. And what I did was I picked up the one with the Bluetooth, and I talked about that in my original video, how I liked that Bluetooth capability. So if you're working on a set of stairs and your vacuum's at the bottom, you're at the top, you can turn it off and on, and I really like that. And how I went about affording that was I sold an old Festool vac, the first MIDI that I bought probably close to 10 years ago. And just so if you own any Festool stuff, here's something to put in your hat. I sold that vacuum overnight for 400 bucks, and I had two people fighting over it basically. So the first one to the door with the $400 got it. So that's a good thing to know. So when you buy these tools, they're good investments. Yeah, what I did, I'll show you over here at the Capex saw. That's the vacuum I sold, was the one that was underneath my Capex. And I thought to myself, there's no point in having a real high-end vacuum sitting underneath a miter station when an ordinary vacuum will do the job. So what I did was I bought a rigid vac from Home Depot on sale for around 100 bucks. And what I did was I used a Festool hose that I had extra for that vacuum, connecting it to my Capex, and it worked out really well, and it saved me some money. And actually I'll show you the little relay system that you can plug your vacuum in and plug your saw in, and it runs really good. Just like one of the midis where when you turn the equipment on, the vacuum kicks in, and then it continues on for about 7 seconds after the tool shuts off. So the other thing I did was I did some work on my thickness planer. Basically, the supports for my thickness planer, which is mobile. If you watch my first video, you'll see me crank it out of there. But strangely enough, the wheels were flat on one side just because it wasn't a heavy duty enough system. So what I did is I changed out the base for that thickness planer with new casters, new frame, and I used a little chain winch system and a beam in the ceiling in the attic hatch, and I was able to lift that 500-pound thickness planer and put that little extra support underneath it. Think that should work. This year, I want to pump out a lot more videos. Probably do a video on this Hammer K3 Winter cabinet saw. I've had some interest expressed in a video on that, and I think that'll be a good video. And you can let me know in the comments what kind of things you want to see. I'm also going to be doing some balustrades this winter, hand railings and so on, and I'm going to do a couple of videos on that and just kind of build that. That seems to be the videos that carry the channel are the ones on stairs and balustrades. I did a really interesting video on a trapper's fleshing pole. And what's really neat about that video is that it's got some really neat techniques on glue ups and how I took a big slab of maple, 2-inch thick maple, and made it into a post. But I got very few views on it. And if you do me a favor, check out the video, let me know what you think, because there's a lot of good techniques in that video, and it's funny how YouTube works. Sometimes you just don't get views. The other things I want to touch on, I want to do a video on woodworking for PTSD sufferers. And I think it's a really valid point that a lot of research has shown that working with your hands is really good for PTSD. And it certainly has helped me in that area, because I did suffer and do suffer from 30 years of catching bad people and so on. It's a rough, I don't think that anybody survives policing that long without having some baggage. So I want to do that video. Let me know what you think on that. I also want to do a video on apprenticeships and helpers and how that can help your business, and some of the benefits that you can give to your community, and also for yourself as a business owner. That, you know, there's a lot of benefits in having an apprentice. Okay, let me just check something here. This stud finder. Oh look, it's working intermittently. You still got it.
All right.
All right, so I just want to encourage you, if you have a small business and a small shop, it's totally doable. You just have to figure out ways to, you know, take on the jobs that you can manage. Make your workspace functional and not, you know, get a lot of clutter involved. But, and you know that if you want to do really good work, you don't have to have a tremendously big shop with hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of tools. You can do it in such a way that you can still make a living. And I really enjoy working in the shop, and I really enjoy working at the job site. And you know, you just need to be careful what jobs you take on, but also there's times where you know you can take something that's a little bit beyond your skill level, and that's how you grow as well. So yeah, I hope you benefit from this, and if you have a small shop, small business, this is your channel. So that's the updates for 2023. Again, please leave a comment on what you'd like to see more of or less of. And please share with your friends and help grow the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and help the channel grow. Autumn thanks you. I thank you. I had some great helpers in 2023. I had Alden, who's moved on to full apprenticeship with a big house building company. And my son, Tim, who is running the camera right now, and also a 4-year veteran of police force. We all thank you and wish you the best in the new year, and we'll see you on the next video. All right, so I don't have any new exciting equipment in the shop.
Yeah.
But I do have an old antique that I'm trying to restore. This is my father, Earl Smith.
Yeah, okay.